about before. You can get why I said all that, right? I'd rather not have my one chance of escape have a panic attack and die on me after years of being suspended in a faulty relaxation vault. Which could be a real possibility, because as my records show, the old test could cause heart attacks after small exposure to the chemicals. And you were pumped full of them. So, let's all just take a breath and start over. My name's Virgil. I'm a core from up in the Enrichment Center.
Cool.
Before you even think of asking, yes, there is a building above you, and yes, I came from it. I'm not crazy. Don't be too alarmed, though. A lot's changed since you got put on ice.
Right. So it's a core we're dealing with. I mean, I've rationalised away all of the signs that it wasn't Cave Johnson. I thought the voice change was just because of time, basically. I thought he didn't really know what was going on because Cave just doesn't listen to his people. And yeah, I thought he was lying about the time because Cave just wouldn't admit to being wrong about things. All of which I think are rational explanations for why stuff's occurred, but yeah, I guess I was just wrong. Now, we can come across here and we can probably launch. Yep, grab ourselves a box friend. Now, where do we want box friend to go? We want to come back with us over the top bit here. Have we left it up top successfully? Yes, we have. Good. Because that needs to go over there. Yes? Yes. How does one get it over there? Right, so we've got an emancipation grid there. Guessing we can't go through there? Unless we don't need the cube just yet. Maybe that's the case, but we can't get through there. We can't get through there, I'm guessing. Let's have a poke around and about. We can easily get back up here, yeah? So maybe let's... Yeah, even though these aren't very blocked off. Look at that gap. You'd think we could jump through there. We can't. So we can't jump through that one over there either. We need to get over there because that's going to cause some blue gels to drop out, probably. I don't think there's anything else over there, but we should probably just check. See, again, that looks like we should be able to hit that. I guess we just need to start treating these as solid walls. Even though they're very clearly not. So let's bob back through and see what we can do now that we've got a cube up top there. Feels like everything requires the blue bouncy gel. So we can't use the cube to jump up there because that's just too high a gap even with the cube. Can we do anything exciting just with this floor? I guess we could technically reach that. Yeah, maybe we can reach that. I didn't line it up perfectly well, but maybe we can do that. Oops. Might help if I get the angle right before I start flying off. Good. Now, how does that help us? We can open that door, but then it closes behind us again. So it hasn't really helped us. We get Cube Friend up here as well, though. And there's no reason why we can't, is there? Because we can jump through that portal with Cube Friend. Oh. Right, okay. That was semi-successful. We got Cube Friend up there at least, even if we didn't get up there ourselves. Progress is being made. Science is happening. Ah, why didn't that work? Some of these jumps definitely seem to be fiddlier for some reason than Portal or Port 2. Maybe they're not. Maybe I'm just misremembering it over time. But yeah, this definitely feels a bit more awkward. But hey ho, we're up. Door is open. Right, so we've got our Emancipation Grid and then we've got the other one. That changes the Emancipation Grid, does it? Okay. So I could use a cube. I mean, I don't have a second cube. There's a button up there. How do I get out? Right. Ah, there we go. There's a wall there, so that's fine. And then we can bring old Cube Friend through. And park there. So now what? So now we can go through here. We can set one there and the other one elsewhere, but the door is closed so we can't get back. So where do we set up our second portal? So we only got one cube and we've got two buttons. Right, I mean that door is closed now, anyway, so we're boned. Unless... Right, so sometimes you can fire through these. Okay. It seems to be up to the game whether you can or not. Right, so presumably we could fire through from there then. Okay, right. So, we've got portals at ground level, that's cool. So, we shall fire one over there as well. And put that on there. And then, come on out. And now we'll work our way back up to the top. Now we can actually fire one through there, I guess. Yes. So sometimes you can fire through those, sometimes you can't.
Good job, Mel. See that pipe there that the repulsion gel's leaking on? That'll take you to the pumping station. Jump down and walk on it. Oh, and try not to fall off. That goo down there is corrosive, and it doesn't like human skin.
Okay. Ah, so we've turned this into just a blue Emancipation Grid. That's good to know. And you want us to jump off? And onto the pipe? Okay, we can do that. Now, where is this taking us? Exactly. I know that Virgil's literally just told us roughly where we're going, but I wasn't really listening to him. Down here? Good. Anything of merit over this side? Doesn't look like it, so we're probably going through a door. Lovely.
Now, according to my records of this room, there should be a turret shooting range at the far side of the room.
Yep.
If you can get through there, you should be able to get to the 4th testing track. That'll take you up to where I am.
Right, so this will take us to the 4th track. So... okay. So that suggests maybe that there's 5 testing tracks and we're doing them backwards. So maybe there's like 5 levels, as it were. So what happens if we send a bunch of gel down? How would we even do this? Is there a button somewhere? I'm not seeing a button. But we can fire into these beams. So that gives us the opportunity to stroll around a bit higher up. And then fall off. But that's fine because there's another beam here. Which we've then just fallen off. So... still no buttons though. Still not seeing how we switch on the orange gel. Can't fire onto those beams. So there's only a few beams we can fire onto. Like... right. I suppose... yeah. Thanks, Arrow. You've given me an idea. Well, you basically told me what the solution is.
The propulsion gel seems to be offline. You gotta turn it on somehow. There's a control room above you. Find a way to get up there. Now...
yeah, if you told me that before I got to the point.
Odd. Normally when people do that sort of thing, they just fly through the hole in the wall. I guess not this time.
Yeah, there's no point you telling me to look for a way to the control room when I've already figured it out.
That gel should help you get past those turrets.
I'm sure it will. So, let's do what I was originally trying to do, which is put a portal there, and then put one over here. So that sprays the whole thing. Doesn't spray that turret at the end, but guess that's not a problem. Whee! Okay, what got me? Was that the end turret that got me? Or what? Right, drops a quick save this time, as it were. So we can go whee, and then... maybe it was this end turret? But you can't jump past it. One of the end ones there appeared to be catching me. Can't fire portals anywhere. Yeah, can't seem to jump in here. Oh, there we go. Yeah, can't seem to jump when we get close to that door. Which is really weird. But yeah, we can push the turrets over, so that's promising. And then yeah, we can sneak in. Good. That was, again, clumsier than it needed to be. That's the power off in this section, I think. Maybe. What's that done for us? Oh, has that actually opened that door for me? The one that was previously locked. Yes, it has. Good.
Ah, great. Should be a straight shot to the next testing track. Go to that door down at the very end. You know, the one with the giant wheel on it. Do it again. It'll open this time, I swear. Just give it some elbow grease. Oh, come on, you got this. One more shot.
Also, why does Virgil know our name?
Well, great. You can fling yourself all over the place and get past some old turrets that are firing live rounds, but you can't get a door open? What kind of Olympian are you? Alright, let's see what we can do. There's a longer route through a repulsion gel pumping station. Guess you're going to have to go that way. You can get through this pumping station and prepare yourself to get out of Bravo Volta into the Lima Whiskey testing track. That should bring you closer to me and to your own escape from this facility.
Good.
Alright, I know what you're thinking. What on earth is going on here? Well, Aperture's early tests weren't...
The local zoo made an offer we couldn't refuse, so you may encounter several grizzly bears and or lions in this next test.
Uh-huh. Thanks for that, Cave. I didn't want to interrupt Virgil's conversation there. But I guess you can go back and pause it if you want to see what he was saying. Do we want to be in this room? Or do we want to be up the stairs? This looks optional. Doesn't in fact look like much of anything really. So let's rock and roll. Right, lots of bits that we can paint. So maybe we're going to have to paint some orange across this and then take a flying leap. We've got the wall up there that we can help. That will help us with that. We can get on top of this tank should we need to. And onto these pipes. Good to know. And what else have we got in this area? Well, we've got a way down to another floor. Could also fling ourselves from that. And we've got some more turret friends. Whole lot of places, to be honest. This seems to be another of those arbitrary walls that we can't shoot through because the game says so. Or maybe it's just that that isn't a portable surface that I was aiming at. But yeah, we can certainly fling ourselves from up here because if we look over edge there, we've got that. Now, what's the highest point we could fling ourselves from? There somewhere? Will that be sufficient? Excellent. And we've got an exit, you say? So we have.
Right, look, I'm sorry for what I said back there. We're in this together. You're my ticket out of the junkyard down here. I'm your ticket to the outside world. I'll do my best to keep the insults at a minimum. Just try harder next time.
Did I miss some insults? Oh well.
I kind of have a bit of bad news. Yeah, I know. You don't want to hear any more bad news after the security override I couldn't do. My records of this sphere are out of date, to say the least. There should be an exit after the third section of this test. However, I don't know if getting there will be that easy. You got it in you, though. You're my Olympian, who might not have a beating heart anymore.
Wait, what? Since when might I not have a beating heart anymore? This wasn't mentioned at any stage of the proceedings. No. Nearly made that. Right, so that's raised up, which is good. Is there anywhere where we can put another portal, like there? No. Again, it's one of those, did I just not make it because I didn't run fast enough, or... Yeah, it might just be a case that I can't make that jump just by running into it. Oh, there we go. There's a place up there where we could put more portal. So we can cover that area in goop. And then we could go through an orange on said goop. Although actually, let's cover that side in goop as well. So it's just sprayed over both sides. Now we should be able to make this. Easily, in fact. So, need to get that door open. We've got another portal up there. One down below. So, we could do speedy thing goes in, speedy thing comes out. And that brings us across to the higher bit. What's this doing? It's turning off the grid. Is that much use by itself? That would allow us to get the cube through. And yeah, we can get back thuswise. But does that help us? Or do we want something at ground level instead? There's no point turning off that grid unless we're using that route to get the cube through. Yes? But how would we get the cube up here from down there? Without removing that portal on the other side. I guess. Actually, no. Am I just being a spoon? Maybe. There we go. Cube is in fact through. But then we still need cube over there, don't we? And there's nowhere over there where we can portal. There's nowhere in front where we can portal. So, how does that help us? Ah, wait a moment. Wait just a cotton picking moment. Let's go back through. That might be how it helps us. In that we can now do a bit of this. Oh, good. Yeah, that wasn't so bad.